I know the frustration of trying to solve an ADHD puzzle where the pieces never seem to fit for long. It's exhausting, but you don't have to do it alone. Here at Mom Parent ADHD, we turn chaos into a plan so you can trade burnout for a calmer home. Today, I want to save you from my biggest mistake, missing the subtle ADHD cues that were right in front of me, the ones it took me years to fully understand. I'm Lola, and I've earned every lesson I'm about to share, raising my son with ADHD. When my son was 3, the signs were loud, but I was even louder with my excuses. I had a reason for everything. And looking back, I can finally see what I was actually looking at, so you don't have to guess like I did. Sign number 1, the graveyard of half finished projects. My son would dive into building a block tower with intense focus, and then halfway through, he'd vanish. He was off to a ball, a box, or another room entirely. Our house was a graveyard of half finished projects, and I told myself, he's just an active toddler. He's 3. Boys are just like that. Does that internal monologue sound familiar? Here's what I want you to know. Kids with ADHD don't choose to give up. Their focus jumps ahead of them. Their brain moves on before their hands can catch up. Once in a while is normal, but every single time, that's a pattern worth paying attention to. If you're seeing this constantly, start writing it down and bring it to your child's pediatrician or a qualified professional. Sign number 2, avoiding brain strain. When I tried simple learning activities, tracing letters, learning colors, my son would run off and hide under the table, in a closet, anywhere but sitting next to me. Are you seeing that in your child? Here's the truth. Children with ADHD aren't always being defiant. Their nervous system gets overwhelmed. Sitting still can feel physically hard, like their body is buzzing. Your child isn't running away from you. They're running away from feeling overloaded. Sign number 3, movement as survival. Circle time, daycare, preschool, story time. Is your child the one who can't stay seated, legs bouncing nonstop, eyes darting, body constantly moving, and the teacher keeps saying everyone else can sit except your child? When my son did this, I told myself, it's just a boy thing. Just be patient. But the bottom line is this: kids with ADHD often need movement to regulate. The bouncing legs and wandering eyes aren't disrespect. Sometimes they're survival. If I could give you one piece of advice, it's this: learn to decode what your child's body is trying to communicate. That one shift can change how you handle meltdowns, overwhelm, and emotional breakdowns. Sign number 4, transitions are war zones. Stopping play to come to dinner? A fight. Leaving the park? A meltdown. Switching activities? Tears every time. If that's your life right now, listen closely. Transitions are hard for many kids, but kids with ADHD often struggle because their brain has trouble shifting gears. What looks like defiance is often dysregulation. Your child isn't trying to give you a hard time, they're having a hard time. Looking back, I wasn't just missing my son's behavior, I was protecting the version of him I wanted to believe in. And if you're doing that too, I understand. Because when someone suggests your child might need extra support, every protective instinct rises up like a shield. My sister pulled me aside one afternoon, her voice soft, too soft, and she asked, Lola, have you noticed how easily Carter gets distracted, or how he never finishes anything? Before she could even finish, I cut her off. I told her he was fine. I told her she was overreacting. But what I really meant was, don't label my child. Don't make me question my parenting. The truth, I was terrified because deep down, I had noticed too. I just wasn't ready to face it. Maybe you've said these same lines. He's bored. He's tired. She's full of energy. She'll calm down once school starts. Sometimes our excuses are just bandages wrapped around fear. But bandages don't heal what you refuse to look at. And if your child's behavior is draining you, you're not crazy. You're not weak. You're carrying more than most people understand. That's why Mom Parent ADHD exists, to give you a plan, encouragement, and practical support so your home can feel calmer and you can stop feeling like you're failing. Here's what I want you to do if these signs feel familiar. Step one, write down what you're actually seeing. For 2 weeks, keep a simple log. When does your child struggle the most? What tasks do they avoid? How do transitions go? How long can they stay focused on one activity? Patterns tell the truth that emotions blur. Step two, talk to your pediatrician without shame. Make the appointment. Bring your notes. Say, I'm seeing behaviors that concern me, and I'd like to discuss an evaluation. You are not overreacting. You're gathering information so your child can get support. Step three, stop waiting for them to grow out of it. This is the mistake I made. Don't wait as long as I did. ADHD doesn't disappear just because a child gets older, but understanding changes everything. Understanding doesn't label your child, it liberates them. Your child isn't too much. They're doing their best with the brain they were given. So if something in you is whispering, maybe it's more than just being a boy. Maybe my little girl shouldn't be struggling like this. Listen, if your child avoids, fidgets, melts down, or struggles with transitions, it's not your fault and it's not theirs. You're loving your child enough to look closer, trust what you're seeing, write it down, talk to a qualified professional, ask questions, because understanding is what turns chaos into connection. So give yourself grace. Which of these signs do you see most in your child? One, never finishes what they start. Two, avoids sitting still. Three, can't stay seated. Four, every transition is a battle. Drop the number in the comments. And if you ignored signs like I did, drop a love. You're not alone and it's not too late. Subscribe to Mom Parent ADHD for more support so you can parent with confidence. And just a quick note, this isn't medical or legal advice, just the lived experience of a mom learning how to understand her child's brain better.